Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now.
Go to Ruta.com. Silver and cryptos. Cracks me up when people say, Bix, you sound like a broken record player. Well, if the banking cabal didn't use the same process every single time, I wouldn't have to sound like a broken record player. Really good time for silver lovers. Retail side is dead. I'd call any silver broker, they'll say, oh my God, nobody's buying retail silver. The wholesale side is going just swimmingly, shall we say. Shockingly good. We are at, so far, right here, silver deliveries for this month, 60 million ounces. That's just the largest since JP Morgan was taking all that silver. I think the largest is about 81, 82, don't quote me on that, million ounces. But it was interesting. At that time, the retail side was going gangbusters and the wholesale side. Basically, JP Morgan was soaking up every physical ounce they could get. They amassed 1.2 billion ounces, and all the while suppressing the price. They're still in the game. They're the largest deliverer of physical silver, and their customers are the largest taker of physical silver. But they don't have the power that they used to have, and they aren't even supposed to be in this frickin' market. But hey, you know, that's your government for you, right? Remember, it's the Trump administration that took down J.P. Morgan for rigging the silver market. It wasn't Biden. It wasn't Obama. It was Trump. Here we are, Trump again. Something's happening behind the scenes in silver right now as we speak. Everything has changed. So let's just talk about, except the manipulation. See, everything has changed in the background, but the manipulators only have one game. Futures and options, play with the moving averages. Everybody knows the game. They did a little slam yesterday, and as you can see, ticked just below the 100-day moving average right here and just ran back up. So somebody's buying physical in the end of the day. Somebody's going to just load up on physical. I have made the prediction that we will see 80 to 85 million ounces delivered this month. We were already at 60. So we'll see what happens from here on out. But it's looking good. There's 15. Let's see. Well, let's see exactly how much. There's about 15 million currently in the hopper for delivery. That would get us to 75. Can we get another 5 million from people just coming in right now to get their silver? I think we can. If we hit 80 or higher than 80 and hit all-time highs, that'll send a signal to everybody, especially manufacturers who need silver. A lot of talk about solar. Everybody's sending me articles. Well, solar can be made with these different panels and this different and that different. It's true. It absolutely is true. But since the Silver Institute and the World in Metals Focus, both of them have hid the numbers of how much silver is being used. Nobody really knows, so nobody really cares. Right now, the vast majority of manufacturing facilities make TopCon, which is a huge silver user, somewhere between 15 to 25 grams per watt, somewhere in the middle there. The real new stuff is less. The old stuff is more. And it takes a while to change these manufacturing lines. It's not like, hey, we invented a way to get less silver on this line. You know, number one things they care about in solar manufacturing is not the amount of silver that's used. It's a big cost, yes, but that's not the number one thing. If you can get a higher efficiency with more silver, it makes sense because it's a 30 to 40-year asset, right? So it's all about efficiency over time. A lot of the new technologies don't last that long either, is what I'm hearing. But they don't know because they haven't been in use for 15, 20, 30 years. People want tried and true, especially the large importers. I don't have a projection. We did 600 gigawatts DC last year, probably 400 million ounces of silver. The Silver Institute and Metals Focus will come up half of that. They'll say like 220, maybe 230. And they'll say, oh, the new technologies are really taking over. But again, to change out a manufacturing line, get all the patent rights covered and all that, it takes 5 to 10 years. So it's not going to happen while they're still using a hell of a lot of silver. And then everything AI, everything data, everything is saying buy silver, buy silver, buy silver. If we go to nuke plants, there's a hell of a lot of silver that's used in nuke plants, military, you name it. The world has discovered that silver is the most important asset on the planet. It's the most important conductor of electricity, which is gigantic. And all the other amazing things that silver gives us. And did I tell you it was used as money for the vast majority of human history? Until they invented computers. Surprise, surprise. Alan Greenspan invented the computer banking system. He also invented the computer market rigging system. In the 1960s and 1970s. Yes, he blamed himself, as well as other people, for only putting 2 digits in Y2K. And nobody talks about that. That Greenspan was a huge, massive gold bug and a massive computer programmer. Huge. Had he not invented electronic banking, our world would be completely different. Not just him, but he was the main driver. I would say he's the main driver. Maybe 2 or 3 of them. Because he had the in. He had it in with the head of the Federal Reserve System. A guy named Arthur Burns at the time was his mentor. And that's how, and then Paul Volcker came in, did his, he said he didn't rig the gold market. He did. Of course he did. Gold market's been rigged the entire time. And then Greenspan got in. They called him bubbles because he was printing so much money. And everybody's like, oh, Bix, how can you say he's on the good side of the good guys? Is there anybody else in human history that has printed more money than Allen, at the time at least? And what happens when you print money? You destroy the system. He built up a massive derivative bubble. He got out 2 years later, popped the bubble, boom. We were hours away from everything melting down. And now the derivative market is vastly bigger. JP Morgan's up to 60 trillion, 3.5 trillion in assets and 60 trillion in counterparty derivatives. Good luck. The next hiccup we see will be the destruction of the entire system. That's what Trump's looking for. That's what these tariffs do. All the bullshit that's going on, it doesn't mean shit. It's the end game. The end game goes, I don't know what silver's worth. I don't know what gold's worth. I don't know what stocks and bonds are worth because they're not trading anymore. All the banks have collapsed. What are we going to do? Ruda knew what to do. Allocate gold and silver. There's only one thing the United States can do because nobody's going to agree to any World Bank or IMF decree or the Fed or the Treasury. Nobody's going to give a shit. We will go back to gold and silver. And we have massive amounts of gold. Shockingly big amounts of gold. We have silver too. We have a lot of silver. I don't know how much silver we have. We have a lot. Getting ready for a new coinage system is my belief. Gold, we have massively more. So what will the gold-silver ratio be? At the end of the day, it's going to be 1-to-1. I don't know how long it'll take to get there. If it was freely traded, it'd be there already. And gold wouldn't be trading at 3,000, probably be trading at 5 to 10,000. But so would silver. At 90-to-1 right now, if you own gold, you are insane to own physical gold at 90-to-1. Swap it for silver, then swap it back. You'll get 90 times the amount of gold you have right now. Your local coin dealer can do it, or contact Andy Scheckman at Miles Franklin, info@milesfranklin.com. He can do it for you. All right, let's see what's going on the criminal rigged comics, the only place that silver is priced on the planet. Right here we had it's like about a little over 3 million more ounces delivered yesterday. And then in the hopper, we still have 15 million ounces. It's exciting, and it doesn't have to happen this month. We got 2 months, and then we have the May delivery month. They're at 550 million ounces right now. Could we have another? Can we go back to back 80 million ounce delivery months? And then maybe 100, and then 200. When does it end? India is just slopping up everything they can get their hands on physical silver. And now we have these tariffs. Holy crap. 25% on silver coming from Mexico and from Canada. They have not been carved out and excluded. It's in place now. What are the COMEX criminals going to do if they can't get their metal? They try to press the price down with their derivatives, which is fine. They just tried to do it again. But the reality is it costs 25% more to get silver in the door now from all the imports of silver, which are, Canada and Mexico. They provide, I think it's 62% or 63% of all the silver that we consume in the United States every year. And now that's gone up 25%. So what? Is that average 15% more that silver should be higher? Because you got to pay those tariffs. And what are these criminal bankers that are short, 500 million ounces of silver going to do? I guess we'll find out, right? Well, let's keep going. So here's the entities that could not deliver on the first, second, or third day. And of course, it's HSBC. But it's HSBC customer. Who is the HSBC customer? It could be a lot of people, but I think it's the U.S. Mint. U.S. Mint is one of the largest hedgers in the world. Ventures Gibson, run by Ventures Gibson, who is an HR professional, a DEI hire that is still running the Mint for some reason. What is Trump doing? Come on, Trump. Trying to time the booter and put someone like David Ryder in. Or it doesn't have to be David Ryder. But he knew everything about the technology that Honeywell invented to scan every single coin, which is, when you scan these coins, every coin on the planet is different. The crystalline structure, the molecular structure of every coin is different. And Honeywell invented a machine, a little handheld gun, bang. Is it a real silver eagle? You just zap it, it says, yep, this is on the blockchain. It's been certified by the U.S. Mint. It's been held at the Mint if you want to put it on your phone, and it is authentic. And it's U.S. money. I think any U.S. money that's made of silver will be much more valuable, much more valuable in the United States than any other silver. Silver Eagles, pre-65 coinage. They can scan all those too if they had the time and energy. You'd probably just go in and swap them. Big U.S. coinage is U.S. coinage. It is our constitutional money. So, yep, it was HSBC was the big guy yesterday with not a lot, 100-ounce delivery. Wait, no, what? Why is this? Oh, that's today. Oh, that's for tomorrow. Okay. So wow, it's really going down. So tomorrow it looks like 227, only 227 ounces will be delivered. Contracts will be delivered. Let me get because that number is so important, right? Let's see, 227 times 5,000. It's only 1 million ounces tomorrow. And they still have, right here, 15 million ounces to go. So somebody is lagging significantly. That's why they want to get the price down, because they got to buy. They're going to buy to cover their shorts and then take delivery right into it. Somebody's got to come up with the metal. So right now we're still 15 million ounces have not been delivered. So will we get to 80? I think we will. 85, that would be shocking. That'd be 10 million ounces more than what stood at the beginning of the month. But if someone's behind the scenes trying to take down the banking cabal, the silver criminals, that's what we'll see. Something like that. Real quick, the U.S. government is working on a lot of crypto regulation. Do not trust the U.S. government. Do not trust Donald Trump when he says, oh, we're very pro-crypto. Remember, in 2017, it was the Trump administration that took down the cryptos by introducing futures and options. And it was even the CFTC chairman, Christian Carlo, came out and said it at a crypto conference. He said, we got together with the Treasury and the president, and all of us said, hey, we can't let Bitcoin keep going, so let's introduce futures and options. Otherwise, the price would just keep going. Talk about admission of guilt. So when Trump says, oh, we're much more pro-crypto than the Biden administration, well, in a way you are, and in a way you aren't. You're still rigging prices. So when Trump came out, nothing is by accident with the Trump administration. Trump came out and said, oh, we're going to use cryptos in our strategic reserve, ADA, which is Cardano, XRP, and Solana. And everybody's like, oh my God, it didn't even say Bitcoin and Ethereum. Because I think Bitcoin and Ethereum will be in that. But I don't think ADA, XRP, and Solana will be in this strategic reserve. Why? You don't need XRP if there's no banks. Cardano's a ripoff of Ethereum. You don't need both. And Solana, they've had their problems, let me tell you. But they're all in violation of Reggie Middleton's patent. 100%. I even asked Grok. Where's my Grok discussion? I said the question was, if Reggie Middleton wins his patent infringement case against Coinbase, which I think he already has, they just haven't announced it, would ADA, XRP, and Solana likely be in violation of Reggie's patents as well? And it analyzed each one. And XRP was last on this, but still, yeah. Possible outcome. Solana, most likely to be implicated, given its POS reliance and direct mention in the Coinbase case. If Coinbase loses over Solana-related operations, Solana's developers or users could face similar scrutiny. Cardano, moderately at risk. Its POS and smart contract features could overlap with the patent, but its distinct design might offer a defense unless the ruling is sweeping. And XRP, least likely among the three due to its non-POS consensus and limited smart contract focus. However, Middleton's public claims and XRP's payment features keep it in the conversation. So out of the three, XRP is not. Well, we're not going to need XRP when the banks crash anyway. Who needs a SWIFT system if there's no more banks? So that's where we are. Again, this is projecting way into the future. The ultimate conclusion: if Middleton wins against Coinbase with a broad interpretation of the 566 patent, Solana is the most likely of the three to be in violation, followed by Cardano, with XRP being the least exposed, unless its payments features align with the patent's claims, which it does, by the way. But it's not a slam dunk. Each blockchain's unique tech and court specificity will determine the fallout. Watch the Coinbase case outcome for clues. It'll signal how far Middleton's patent can stretch. Does Trump know about Reggie Middleton's patent? Absolutely. There is a reason that Reggie was granted 3 patents in the United States and 4 patents in Japan. It wasn't just for fun. Imagine Trump's glee if he wants to take down a lot of the crypto cabal when he comes out and says, well, you guys got to get in touch with Reggie Middleton. And all of a sudden everything goes crazy. Like dump. But Reggie will work with anybody. He's already said that. You give him a percentage of the profits, he's in. You can use his peer-to-peer transaction system. Anyway, so more great news at Theta. Yes, I know that Theta price isn't going anywhere. Hasn't gone anywhere in a while. Well, it went from 4 cents to $15, and now it's at $1, and it'll go to $30, and then $800, and then $1,000. Over time. Theta just keeps behind the scenes. They just chugging away. They have promised to be on an exchange this year, a U.S. exchange. I'm not sure I want that. I like that Theta is low. It means more friends and family and subscribers can get more and more Theta and Theta Fuel. We don't want the price to run away because less and less people can afford it. I mean, you can always afford a little bit of it. Nebula to train to train AI models on Theta Edge Cloud in support of their real-time weather data network. We're excited to announce that Nebula, a DePIN protocol building the world's largest real-world data network, will use Theta Edge Cloud's distributed GPU resources to support AI model training on the large data sets generated in their real-time weather data network. This is like perfect complement to each other. Weather data is notoriously shitty, and there's just so many variables. You need a big AI system to handle what the predictions are. Nebula joins the ranks of Edge Cloud ecosystem partners such as NHL's Vegas Golden Knights, FlyQuest, University of Oregon. So look at all the partners. And then these are the big ones down here. In June, we have the Edge Cloud coming out, the decentralized Edge Cloud being released, which will be huge. Amazon, Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure, Aether, and 30 community edge nodes. I mean, those are the big 4 partners that when they announce, oh, by the way, everything's going decentralized. We are working with Theta Labs on a decentralized cloud storage system. That's what's happening this year. Will the price of Theta do anything? Ultimately, yes. I mean, cryptos are pretty much a momentum game by people who aren't the most savvy investors in the world. They don't really look at what they're buying, their Hakatui coin or whatever. It's ridiculous, some of these coins. But yeah, and Theta's at $1, great time to buy. I think it's a better time to buy Theta Fuel. Now, Theta Fuel is the actual token that will be doing all the work. Theta is a governance token over the Theta blockchain. Great blockchain, by the way. It's fast. Right now, it costs pennies on the dollar to do a transaction. 0.3 T-Fuel to do a transaction. And then there's microtransactions also. But 0.3 is, what's that? About a penny. Let's just say a penny. And it's one of the fastest blockchains on the planet. And I know I make a lot of Theta wallets. And it's really very fast and rarely fails. Very rarely. Sometimes it will. Like all blockchains, sometimes a transaction won't get through for whatever reason. But the blockchain has never failed, and the people running it are the validators. And the validators are the big guys like Google and Amazon and all those big guys that some of them admit that they do it and some of them don't. But that's the speed aspect, is that you got 30 validators and then the guardians, which is you and I, out there making sure they're doing it right. That's how it is able to go so fast and then be so safe. The speed comes down to it only takes 30 entities to validate a transaction. It's like almost instant. The safety comes in, all those are checked by the guardians, which is, I think there's 10, I don't know how many thousands there are, 30. Well, it just said on that thing, huh? Let's go back to this. What does it say? 30,000 community edge nodes. Yeah. But the edge node's different than the guardians would be staking your Theta. Anyway, I don't know how many there are. There's over, I think it was 3,000. It's enough so that it's decentralized enough such that the 30 big guys can't mess with the system. It's really good. And we'll find out, right? But right now, the T-Fuel, the Theta ratio is 25-1. It was made at, now Theta is fixed at 1 billion coins. T-Fuel came out at 5 billion, so 5-1. But Theta has T-Fuel has a 5% growth inflation rate. But some of it gets burned as well. And as more people use the Theta Edge node, which will be in the billions of transactions at some point, a lot of them get burned along the way. So where should the Theta T-Fuel relationship be? I think it'll be closer to 5-1. Then obviously 25-1 is way too high, but up to you. Place your bets. You won't go wrong with Theta or T-Fuel. It's volatile, don't get me wrong, but it is the future of so much of what we do, especially in the decentralized cloud space, decentralized AI, everything. They're just doing everything right. And people get pissed off because they aren't instantly rich in crypto. So I could have bought XRP. I'm like, yeah, you could. You go ahead, go buy it. If you love it so much, go buy it. If you think the future of XRP is better than the future of Theta, you should be over there at XRP. I don't think so. But hey, that's just me. So again, I'd take Theta Fuel over Theta, but both of them are good. 50-50 if you're like, I want to get involved. But if you want to run a booster node, which is you need 500,000 T-Fuel, and then you can stake up to another 500,000, Those are just starting to kick in to kick out better returns. T-Fuel pays about 7% for staking, and you can stake. I use thetanext.io for my staking, third-party staking. But if you run a booster node, you got to do it yourself, and then you'll get probably 11%, 10% when you add it all up right now. But that could go up, and it should go up a lot as the more and more adoption happens, and it is happening. It's only been since June of last year that this has been the booster situation has been up and running, and it's gone from like 6% to 10%. It'll go from 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25%. And then all of a sudden everybody says, oh, I want to get some of that. So they're going to be buying T-Fuel to try to, spin up another booster node, which just adds to the price. So that's my take. That's what I got for you. This is Bix Weir, roadtoroota.com. Make sure you have your physical in your own possession. If you don't have physical silver right now, go to your local coin shop or contact Andy Scheckman at Miles Franklin, info@milesfranklin.com. He'll get you a good deal. And if you have gold, definitely swap it for silver. You're going to be kicking yourself for not doing that because you'll have probably 90 times the amount of gold that you have right now. If you do the swap and then swap back when the gold-silver ratio hits 1-to-1, I think it'll surpass 1-to-1 in a freely traded market. Call me crazy, but silver's been price suppressed since the 1850s, since the Opium Wars. So, yeah, it's going to be drastic. This is Bix Weir. I'll talk to you later.